So it's Ross here from Moshville Times. I'm here with Henry from the Karma Effect. How's it going?
It's, mate, really good. What an afternoon. Had a great afternoon.
So you've just played the festival. How did it go?
It was incredible. It's our first time up the mountain. As I said on stage, you know, there's a smell of burnt clutch as you come up the mountain.
Isn't there?
People trying to get their cars and their station wagons and everything up there. But it's incredible. And do you know what? Just to arrive here, we've heard so much about it. To see it, to see some friendly faces, but also to see loads of people, well, thousands of people that we have never seen before, all there waiting for us was incredible.
Yeah. So what are your influences as a band?
Oh, mate, that's a great question. You know, we all bring so many different influences to the table, but the overarching one is we just love the kind of funky 70s classic rock. So for us, Aerosmith is a big influence. Later on, obviously, Black Crowes. I love the Black Crowes, that kind of southern feel to it as well. Those, and then of course the Mighty Zeppelin. You can't, like, that kind of thing. It's just got a groove. For us, it's got a groove. That's what we say.
So how does a band form during lockdown?
That's a really good question as well, man. So obviously, I've known Liam and Ash, the drummer and bass player. They're my oldest friends for a long time. Started a new band. We were talking a lot, as we all were, to our friends through lockdown. And I was like, look, really want to put together, I've written a bunch of new music, I want to put together a band. Originally it was all going to kind of be a sort of like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers vibes, with the singer and then the band. And then actually what ended up happening was we ended up just, with all the members, it became a massive sort of like solid thing. And it was tricky. We were in and out of rehearsal spaces when we could see each other. Obviously, Bojo was telling us, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Meanwhile, he's partying, you know?
Exactly. What a knob. But, you know, we made the most of it, getting together outside, jamming in my parents' garden. Neighbours loved that. And eventually, started writing an album in the rehearsal spaces, and then had to like take it online and do Zoom calls and stuff like that. It was tricky. But it helped us form a band and have a weirdly unique dynamic that no other band has really had before. So it was cool. It kind of helped us in a way. As much as I don't like to say that, it really did. So it's different.
So what about recording the album? Was that able to be done in the room? Yeah,
so obviously we were so chuffed with what the music that we created, we didn't really want to scrimp on anything. So we sort of said, like, we're just going to wait and record the songs when we can. And there was that summer where we all came out and we were like, we're hitting the studio. And we recorded everything. And then in the autumn, they were like, yeah, you've all got to go back indoors. So we did it. And then during that time, we just had it all mixed and mastered, which was great because you can just have these back and forth chats. And it was cool. We kind of did everything in like massive spurts. It was different, but it was cool.
Yeah. So obviously, because it's something so new and it formed during lockdown, was it hard to keep it together rather than it being like?
Do you know what? Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like, it's a good question, that, because it was tricky because everybody had to earn money. You know, like rock and roll. When you're starting a rock and roll band, it doesn't pay. So we're all working our backsides off trying to make a living, but this has always been a passion project. So everybody's come to this, and it's just like you pour your heart and soul into it. And I write all the songs, but everybody pours they puts their skin in the game, really, and that's what's been so good, and that's why we keep going, because we genuinely love it. There's no better thing in the world.
So with so much time between forming and live shows coming back, how did it feel, that first one?
That first show, well, we did our first show during the kind of lockdown where people could kind of sit down at gigs and stuff. It was so weird.
Okay.
And we had all this pent up energy. It was like, we are ready to do this. And I remember it was like winding up like a go-kart toy, child's toy, and it was like, we're off. And from that first show, it was filmed, and then that footage really helped us. It just building up an audience, but everybody was so eager for new music because there wasn't a lot of that during that time, and we kind of came in right at that point, which really helped us. And it was amazing, and those first shows I'll never forget. A bit weird, but they were amazing.
And you've already got a second album ready to go as well, don't you?
Yeah, we don't hang about. Last album came out last year. Second album is I'm writing all the time, and it just so happened that I played all the guys a selection of songs, and I was like, look, I think we've got the makings of a really great second record here. And it's different this time because we worked on it all together. I'd bring the songs in, the band would then shape them, and we did it as a collective, which was slightly different to the last time. And that's also helped us because it was, again, a fresh dynamic. And yeah, we turned it around really quick. We literally just got the masters back. New music's on its way really soon, which is cool. So everybody's, it's going to be a good summer.
So now that you've done Steelhouse, what's next on the bucket list?
Oh, well, the next on the bucket list is actually coming up, and that's Stone Dead.
Oh, nice.
We're opening the Friday night party, and that's going to be epic. We've heard so much about that festival. It's a real big one for us. And then after that, we'll hopefully have some new music out, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And we're just hitting the road, man, touring September and November.
So 2023 has been such an incredible year for albums. What's been your highlight?
Oh, mate, the highlight for us, I think for us personally, it would be obviously listening back to hear our second record finally completed, knowing that we've kind of put this, because I hate recording, I just want it finished, and when you finally stick it on and it's all done, to hear it back and you know that you're putting that out, and we're so excited about it, putting it out to people, releasing new music, that's the biggest highlight. This has been probably one of our biggest highlights. Today's been a big milestone, getting to play for some fresh audiences that have not seen us before. We've made a lot of new fans today, I think, which is awesome. It's just, we don't take this stuff for granted, incredible stuff.
And a fun one to end. What's your one festival essential?
My one festival essential? Oh, dude, it's got to be a bottle of Jack Daniels, surely.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We all are partial to a bourbon, especially Robbie, our guitar player. I don't think we tend to leave without a little sneaky bottle of Jack Daniels in a suitcase.
Nice.
When we're not driving the van, obviously, of course. But for us, it's we like to come off stage, have a little kind of toast, especially if it's a good show like today.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.